Some days it seems like everything you do is wrong. You just keep failing over and over and over again. Well, that's me today. Lucky I was in such a beautiful area to do it. Maybe count along and see if I win Fail of the Century! So I'm down here at the beautiful Koenigsee Cascades to try out my new ultra wide angle lens for my Panasonic S5. It's the 14 to 28 millimeter. It is the only lens I've brought today, so it's going to be quite a challenge because I am so rusty with ultra wide shooting. It's been a really long time, and not only that, it's bright blue sunny skies, so there is massive amounts of contrast, and there's also not a lot of water in the creek, so all things working against me. So I'm going to have to put a lot of effort in today, I think, to try to find some good photos. Not only that, I did have a little bit of a fail with bringing my monopod along to put my G100 on, because I forgot to put the little mini ball head on top of it, so I can't tilt my camera up and back, which yeah, is really annoying. So that's something to make sure I always bring in the future. Anyway, let's go check more of this place out and see how I do with the ultra wide angle photography. I don't even know that you can see me. What caught my eye were these trees behind me, which I'd normally like zoom in on the trunks, but I've got my ultra wide, so that's not going to happen. Might have to do some wading out into the water, I think. This would be quite nice if it was a cloudy day. The contrast is not going to be friendly to it, so I might try bracketing. I should get my tripod. I also meant to bring a neck mount for my GoPro so I could be shooting point of view stuff while I have my camera, and I forgot that too. So, oh dear, fails all round today. Fails all round. Yeah, this is a bit tricky just here because it's quite deep and I'm just not quite able to get the angle I want. I really want to get back further and just zoom in. Oh wow, it shows you how you get into a habit of shooting in one particular way. There are a whole lot of kids that are having a big whinge about being here at the moment. It's hilarious. So this is just not happening. I think what I'm going to try and do is a shot between these trees, looking to the pool at the back. But once again, I'm keep being drawn to these scenes that are like how I would shoot using longer focal lengths. I think what I need to do is move on to other areas. I might actually go back up to the path and go down to the other end where I was before with the rainforest, and there was a nice pool up there. So, but I'm gonna have one crack at this one as well. 14 is too wide. Oops. I need to come back and do this when there's some cloud, I think. other fail I've had today is that I completely forgot that today is a public holiday. I thought I was being clever coming on a Monday instead of a Sunday because there'd be less people, but no, this is not the case. I'm not doing very well with my organisational skills today at all. I apologise. So I'm not even shooting myself. That's good. Oh dear. So I'm going to shoot a vertical scene with the roots quite close to the camera leading up to this group of trees up here with all the tangle of vines. So I'm taking a photo of this tiny little cascade. It's not very big, but with that ultra wide at 14 mils, I'm trying to emphasize that, and then the greenery of the surrounding forest. I haven't got any direct sunlight here, which is also why I'm going for this spot, because there's only just a little bit of dappled light, and the big bright highlights are minimal. There is a bit of dappled light in the middle here that is help kind of making emphasize the center of my composition, which I quite like. I like the colors of these rocks too, the reds and the greens. I'm going to pop my polarizer on and see what sort of difference that makes. It might be a little bit much, but I probably need to stick an ND on as well. At the moment, I've got f16 and 1/6 of the second to expose for the brightest part of the scene. That I think I need to maybe slow it down a little bit more than that. Might sit down, have a little snack. So today has beaten me, I think. Just when, nothing quite going in my favour. I've got to say, leaving the little ball head at home for the monopod has probably been the biggest annoyance. It's made taking video with that so difficult because you have to get the camera at exactly the right height, and it's the ground is uneven and it just hasn't worked a lot of the time. This sun has not been helpful. There's so many people here now. It's so busy, which I don't particularly enjoy vlogging with lots of people around. I don't think I'm quite as bad as Thomas Heaton with the nervousness of talking in front of other people, but I'm certainly not super comfortable with it either. It's still good to get out. It's been an interesting experience actually shooting ultra wide again. It's made me realise how much what I look for and what I see has been very constrained to the sort of focal lengths that I normally use. So generally probably around a 35mm or so. And I've had to kind of switch my brain over a little bit for this one to be looking at some other stuff. And look, just everything here just wasn't really working. So this video has absolutely cracked me up to make. I knew I was having a fail on the day, but until I actually got home and started editing it, I didn't realise just how many fails there were. Things don't always work out. Sometimes, and this was one of those days, I do find making the videos can get in the way of the photography. Given the conditions were so tough, I think I needed to be focusing a little bit more on the photography, and yeah, it just didn't work out. None of the pictures really kind of came off. Some were half passable, I think, but particularly the ones at the start, I just got up editing here. Just too much contrast. Like, even with HDR bringing the contrast, I don't think it works. You end up getting that HDR-y look, which I don't particularly like. I hope all my fails have been entertaining, and next time you go out and things don't quite work out, that you'll realise you're not alone in that. It happens to us all. So the last time I would have shot with a wide-angle lens was when I was at this beautiful waterfall, and I was shooting with my old Canon 16-35 on a adapter on my S5. And yeah, I don't think I've shot ultra-wide since, so it's going to take a little bit of getting my head around. But nevertheless, it was fun to be out, and it's going to be good to mix it up a bit, I reckon. So next time I will be out with my other new lens, and if you've been watching, you're probably going to have a pretty good guess at what that is. That place there, since it's been dry, all the moss on the log has pretty much died. I've been back, and one of the logs is completely gone. So the photos I got could not happen again well, not like that anyway. So yeah, if you want to check that out, that's right here. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you get outside, get enjoying yourself, and taking some photos. I'll see you all next time.